How did we get here? No, no, not really supposed to be here. Nah, nah, nothing on my mind. J.Cole versus Noname. I don't think they heard me in the back. J.Cole versus Noname. You know, in a I'm right, you're wrong beef. Which is really, let's be honest, black men versus black women. We finally have two figures that we can put in the forefront to actually debate about who's right, who's wrong. Black men, black women. Well, guess what? We all lose. Because until we actually have a real discussion about what's going on, nobody wins. But let's get down to the nitty gritty. Even though you probably know how this all came about, let's give a brief summary, right? So, Noname put out a tweet. Didn't name no names, but Noname put out a tweet. She talked about how rappers, top selling rappers, niggas hold discographies be about the black plight, but now they're nowhere to be found. Talking about, the rise in protests and marches and things of that nature with the death of George Floyd. And once again, she didn't name no names, but J. Cole allegedly replied to her because J. Cole named no names, but he put out a song called Snow in the Bluff that talked about looking at a woman's tweets and feeling a type of way. Specifically, he said, there's something about this queen's tone that's bothering me. Now, he also stated, this queen is way smarter than me, better than me, has more information, is more equipped to be a leader, more than me, and I feel insecure about myself, to paraphrase. After J. Cole's song, we saw a mass of people going at J. Cole. Specifically, women, more specifically, black women, saying, you see, J. Cole is a misogynist, J. Cole never cared about black women, or J. Cole only cares about a certain type of black women. See, he doesn't get women. Who is he to even talk to us? All these different things, right? So J. Cole saw all this criticism, replied back with a tweet saying, I said what I said, but follow Noname. She's truly a leader for Black Lives Matter and for our people. Now, Noname replied with a song of her own called Song 33. Where she had the same sentiment that a lot of people or a lot of critiquers were having about J. Cole's Snow in the Bluff, stating, you picked this time to talk at me, but yet there's black trans women, black women, all these people getting killed in the Black Lives Matter movement, and you decided to come at me? Wow. So there was a lot of division amongst black women, black men. So Noname eventually did apologize, stating she felt like she was a distraction from the real focal point, which is Black Lives Matter and black progression. So why are black women really mad at J. Cole for real? Let's really get to it. So the real reason why black women are mad at J. Cole is, I have to go back to Gayle King and Kobe Bryant. Gayle King interviewed Lisa Leslie, a close friend to the late great Kobe Bryant, and she brought up Kobe Bryant's past transgressions and allegations that he had. And a lot of people, Kobe fans, and specifically black men, got real angry with Gayle King and called her out her name and became real disrespectful. Snoop Dogg became real disrespectful, and it was like, you need to retract those statements and all this rhetoric, right? Black women were stating, we're just holding black men accountable. With everything that's going on, we are holding black men accountable. Whether that's the good, the bad, or the ugly, we are holding black men accountable. I saw this everywhere. So getting back to J. Cole, black women are not only holding J. Cole accountable for his words on Snow in the Bluff, but through his tweets, through past music as well. Now on J. Cole's side, J. Cole's real critique of Noname is her methods in regards to uniting people and wanting to make sure that black men stepped up. It's absolutely true that we do need to step up. absolutely, black men need to step up and do the job. Since we're the so-called leaders of the tribe, right? The man is the so-called leader of the tribe. We need to do a job because women, for real, is leading this movement and leading our people. And black men do need to step up. Now, J. Cole said within the song, I lack certain information. I'm not the leader that people think I am. I'm not as smart as everybody think I am. You are, speaking to Noname or to the queen that he's referring to, you are smarter than me. You have more information. You are equipped to lead. I just don't like the methods in which you're doing it. Now, women are saying, well, if I'm giving the information, if I'm leading, you need to adhere to what I'm saying and stop trying to be coddled and stop trying to be spoon-fed information. So now there's this whole back and forth between originally it was J. Cole, Noname, but now it's black men versus black women. So then I got to thinking, how do we get all this divisiveness within Black Lives Matter and within black people? You know, it's not only black men versus black women, it's also black straight versus black gays. It's also, you know, black straight versus black trans. All these different subdivisions within Black Lives Matter, right? Which we all matter. Whether you're black trans, black gay, black straight, black men, black women. We definitely all matter and all our voices need to be heard. All of us deserves the rights and equality that we're owed. However, we're combating each other, and I was thinking, how did we get this way? So I looked at this video from this enlightened sister, Tanisha Talks, channel Tanisha Talks. And she gave an analogy of how society is through a pyramid. If you look at society as a pyramid, of course, at the top, you have white folks. In the middle, you have Indian, Asian, Hispanics. And at the very bottom, you have black folks, right? Now, since we're at the bottom, we can't look down upon anybody, right? If we look up, how can we look down upon anybody that's above us? So who do we feel superior as, right? Who do we as black folk have to feel superior then? Well, we can't look up, we can't look down. We have to look to the side of us. So we have to look superior within each other. So black men, black women. So black men feel superior to black women. Black women feeling superior to black men. Black straight feels superior to black gays. Black gays feeling superior to black straight. Like, all this divisiveness within our own group, right? So we have to get out of that mindset, because that's exactly what the powers that be want. That's exactly what the establishment wants. That's exactly what white America wants, is for us to be divisive. So it gets us nowhere to argue who's right or wrong. We need to treat each other like a relationship, right? We need to treat each other like a relationship. Within a relationship, of course you argue, of course you have discussions, but you get nowhere by trying to mute the other person. Whether that's a man or a woman or a man. You get nowhere trying to mute the other person. You have to let the other person speak their piece, listen, receive it, and then retort if you have something that you want to say. But we're getting to a point to where we're trying to mute each other, and it's getting us nowhere. So one of the biggest problems that black women are having with black men is that we're not protecting them. I think of the sister, 19-year-old, who got murdered, Toyin Salute. I hope I'm saying her name right. Toyin Salute. She was an activist within the Black Lives Matter, and right before she died, she was on national TV talking about how black trans lives matter and black gay lives matter and black lives matter, and all our voices need to be heard, right? And just a few days later, she got murdered.
It's not that all lives don't matter, but right now, our lives matter. Black lives matter.
Yes.
Black trans lives matter.
Yes.
Trans lives matter.
Yes.
Because guess what? We all minorities, but right now, like, let's focus on the person who got killed. Tony McDade was a black trans man. Okay?
Amen.
We're not doing this. We doing this for him. We doing this for our brothers and our sisters who got shot, but we doing this for every black person. Because at the end of the day, I cannot take my fucking skin color off. I cannot mask this shit, okay? Everywhere I fucking go, I'm profiled whether I like it or not.
And within black women and black men, we all said the same thing. We need to protect black women. She should not have died, right? I tweeted that myself. We need to protect black women. But then I went to sleep that night and I was like, what the hell does that mean? What does it mean to protect black women? It has to be more than just a physical sense. It has to be something more than that. So I started talking to black women and came up with this synopsis. In regards to black men protecting black women, we have to protect them mentally, physically, spiritually, sexually. And because we have not been doing that, that's where the Me Too's come in. That's where the Time's Up comes from. Because black men and men have not been doing their job and not protecting them in all aspects of livelihood. So now black women feel like they have to protect themselves. So if anybody tries to critique or talk about a black woman, they're like, no, you need to handle yourself first before you even come to me. That's what it is. Let's be honest. Now, in regards to protecting black women, I am going to have another video to really break that down. Now, this is to my black women. I love y'all, but this needs to be said. No person is above being criticized, meaning you're not above being criticized. Yes, if you're in a relationship and a man tells you how they feel, most likely you're not going to come back with, well, how you feel is wrong, right? You're going to let them express how they feel and go from there. But the problem is, Me Too and Time's Up and feminism is a catch-22. Because women are protecting each other, now it's getting to a point to where anytime we give a different perspective, if men give a different perspective, now it's hate, or it's it's manipulation, or it's trying to down women, or misogyny. It's none of that. If we're being respectful, if we're saying how we genuinely feel, what's the problem? Outside of, it might not be something you agree with. It's cool to agree to disagree as well. But you have to let men, if they're giving their honest feelings, say how they feel. Once again, as long as it's not in a disrespectful manner. And go from there. Let's be for real. J.Cole, let's be for real. J.Cole's not no misogynist. Let's be for real. If you listen to that catalog, from Sideline Story to Born Center to Forest Hill Drive to KOD, like, come on. At least through his music. I don't know what J. Cole does outside of what he does at home. But music-wise, come on. We got to be for real. Once again, if somebody doesn't agree, if you don't agree with somebody's views, you don't have to attack them. Now, in regards to men, same thing for you. We have to stop. We should have been stopped. And I don't know who raised these men today. I don't know who raised these boys, because any man that disrespects a woman verbally, physically, in any way, it's not a man. And I'm not liking what I'm seeing online or on videos. Like, men should not be disrespecting and devaluing women in any way. Like, you stop. That has to stop. And that's for real. That has to stop. Because at the end of the day, we are not each other's enemies. We are all on the same accord. We all have the same goal, which is black progression, which is all having equal rights, not getting killed in the streets, right? And not being oppressed. Whether it's black trans, black gays, black straight, black women, black men. We all should stand side by side, hand in hand. And our goal should be leading with each other. And with each other, we should be kind to one another and lead with love. Now, J. Cole said something like that on Twitter, and I saw a lot of women having a problem with J. Cole saying you should be more kind to each other or gentle. I believe is the exact phrase he used, because black women have been loving so long and gentle so long and still being disrespected that they're not trying to hear that no more. Well, I'm sorry to say this. I'm sorry to say this. I'm sorry to say this. But it has to be. It has to be that way. We have to lead with love. That's on men and black women. Black men and black women. We have to lead with love. And I know black women are tired of hearing that. And they're tired of caring for black men. They're tired. They're just tired. I understand that. But we have to lead with love, because hate is too much of a burden to bear. Or even if it's not hate, indifference, whatever it is too much of a burden to bear. Even though you think you don't care, you care. Because we're all black folks. At the end of the day, we're all within the same tribe. So we have to lead with love. Black men to black women to black men. That's the only way we survive. And that's the only way we make it to the promised land. That's the only way. United we stand, divided we fall. And that's the God honest truth. United we stand, divided we fall. Lead with love. That is my final message. Hey Soundwaves, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Peace to the side.